Hello and welcome to the Daily Bible Podcast. My name is William Hemsworth. Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. Well, as we start the show today, I just want to apologize. Yesterday, you may have noticed that there wasn't a show posted, and I don't have any grandiose reason or awesome excuse. The fact of the matter is, my friends, that I just overslept. By the time I woke up, I had a 10-minute window to wake my kids up and get them ready for school and to record the daily podcast. So the podcast had to take a back seat to get my kids ready for school yesterday. So my apologies, but here we are today. We're back at it. It is a daily show. Every once in a while, those little hiccups may happen. But today we are continuing on in the Gospel of Matthew. We're in chapter 7, and we're going to look at Matthew chapter 7, verse 12. And here Jesus is talking about something that we have all heard of at one point or another. Let's see if you can recognize it. So here we go. Matthew chapter 7, verse 12 says, "In everything, do to others as you would have them do to you, for this is the law and the prophets." So do to others as you would have them do to you. You may have heard about this. It's called the Golden Rule. It's called the Golden Rule. And often the Golden Rule, it's called the Golden Rule, and this principle was stated in a negative form by various ancient teachers of the past. One prominent one was the Pharisee Hillel, who died in Jerusalem around 10 AD. He said, "Do not do to others what you do not want done to you." So here Jesus kind of twists it around a little bit. He turns it around. Jesus makes it a positive obligation, a requirement to proactively do for others the good that one wants for himself. And Jesus says this right after he discusses God's goodness and his willingness to give. So Jesus also says that this is the law and the prophets. So the Golden Rule, when followed properly, is an excellent summary of the 10 Commandments. So let's just take some of them. Do not murder. Well, don't go murdering someone else if you don't want to be murdered. Don't commit adultery. Don't commit adultery if you don't want to have someone commit adultery against you. You see how that kind of fits in with each other. Jesus is kind of telling us how to live among another. Jesus also said, the greatest command. Love God with all your heart, soul, mind, and love your neighbor as yourself. This is an excellent summary of that. Jesus is summarizing that. If we love our neighbors as ourselves, we're going to want what's best for them. We're not going to want any harm to come to them, because we don't want harm to come to us. So we should not be wishing harm or bad things on other people. So let's go out today and let's live the Golden Rule. Let's be that witness that Christ calls us to be. Thank you so much for joining me on this edition of the Daily Bible Podcast. And again, I apologize for not having a show yesterday. But as always, if you have any prayer requests or anything, please email me at hopewithin18@gmail.com. Or you can hit me up on social media. I'm pretty much on every social media outlet there is. Well, except for MySpace. I'm sure I have a profile there, but I'm not there, if you know what I mean. But please, I'll be willing to help any way I possibly can. But if you enjoy the show, as always, please rate it, please share it. And thank you so much for listening. God bless you guys.